This is the Notion setup that got me through an entire semester without missing a single deadline. By the end of this video, you'll have a class schedule you can check every morning, an assignment tracker that shows you exactly what's due and when, a notes hub organized by subject, and an exam planner so you never walk into a test unprepared. All in one page, all in Notion, all free. If you're tired of juggling Google Docs, random sticky notes, and that one friend's text message reminding you about homework, this is for you. Let's build it from scratch. All right, starting from zero, I'm creating a new page called Student Hub. This is going to be your home base for the entire semester. I'll add a little graduation cap icon, and below the title, a quick description. Everything you need for school in one place. I also like to add a call out at the top as a daily reminder. Bookmark this page, open it every morning before class, and then a divider to keep things clean. Now let's build the first section. First up, the class schedule. I'm using toggles for each day of the week. Let me type / and search for toggle. I'll name the first one Monday. Now inside Monday, I write my classes. 9 a.m. Math 101, room 204. 11 a.m. English Literature, room 310. 2 p.m. Physics lab, science building. Simple format, time, class name, location. That's all you need. Let me create Tuesday the same way. 10 a.m. Computer science, room 115. 1 p.m. History, room 208. Now I already have 2 days done. I'll do the same thing for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And here's the full week. 5 toggles, 1 for each day. I click Monday, I see my classes, I close it, everything stays clean. This is way better than a printed schedule because I can update it anytime. A class gets canceled, delete the line, room changes, edit it in 2 seconds, and it's always on my phone. Next section, and honestly the most important one, the assignment tracker. This is the database that's going to save your grades, your deadlines, and probably your entire semester. Let me add a divider here to separate the sections, then a clean heading so everything stays organized. And now I'll create an inline table right below it. This table is going to become your academic command center. Every assignment, every due date, every status update lives here. I'll start adding a few entries so you can see how it works. Essay on Shakespeare. Problem set number 7. Maybe a lab report later. I'll add more entries in a minute. But before this becomes a real system, I need to set up the properties. Because without the right properties, this is just a list. With the right properties, it becomes a tool that actually keeps you on track. First property subject, I need to know which class each assignment belongs to. Let me click the plus to add a new column. I'll name it subject and set it to select. Now I'm going to create one option for each of my classes. Let me type the first one, Math 101, and I'll pick a color for it. Then English Lit, then Physics, Computer Science, and History. 5 subjects, 5 colors. This takes a minute to set up, but you only do it once for the whole semester. Now let me assign subjects to my assignments. Essay on Shakespeare, that's English Lit. Problem set, that's Math 101. Already the table is starting to tell a story. Next, due date. This one's straightforward. I add a new column, name it due date, type date. Now I can click on any cell and pick a date from the calendar. Let me set the Shakespeare essay for April 25th. The problem set for April 22nd. Having dates in your database means we can create a calendar view later, which is a game changer. Now, status. This is how I know what needs my attention. I'll make it a select field with 4 options. Not started for things I haven't touched yet. In progress for stuff I'm working on. Done for the sweet satisfaction of finishing something. And late because, let's be real, it happens sometimes. Let me assign statuses. The problem set is done. The essay is in progress. Everything else is not started for now. Or 2 more properties. Priority, so I know what to work on first. High, medium, low, 3 options, that's all you need. The Shakespeare essay is high because it's due soon and I haven't finished it. The problem set that's already done gets medium retroactively. Doesn't matter much now. And type, which tells me what kind of work it is. Essay, problem set, project, reading, lab report. Let me create each option. Essay, problem set, project, reading, and lab report. This helps because the way I approach an essay is completely different from how I approach a problem set. Knowing the type at a glance helps me plan my time. Let me go through and tag each assignment with its type and priority. Last property, grade. This is just a text field where I write my grade after I get the assignment back. It's satisfying to fill this in and also useful at the end of the semester when you want to see how you did. I got an A- on problems at 7, not bad. Now let me fill out the rest of the tracker with more assignments. Lab report on friction for physics, due April 28th. Read chapter 12 for history, already done. Python final project for computer science, due May 5th. That's a big one. A book review for English Lit, problem set 8 for math, and studying for the physics midterm. 8 assignments total, some done, some in progress, most not started. That's what a real semester looks like. Now the view that makes this whole thing worth it, board view, grouped by status, not started, in progress, done. I can see everything at a glance and drag assignments between columns as I work on them. Just move the lab report to in progress because I'm starting it tonight. This is basically a Kanban board for your homework and it works incredibly well. And the calendar view shows every deadline on a timeline. I can see that the end of April is packed with due dates and early May has the big projects and exams. This view alone prevents the classic student panic of realizing you have 3 things due tomorrow. Hey, if you're finding this useful, take 1 second and subscribe. I make Notion tutorials every week specifically for people who want to get organized without overcomplicating things. All right, let's keep building. Section 3, the Notes Hub. This is where all your class notes live, organized by subject. I'm not using a database here, just simple subpages. Let me type /select page and create one called Math 101 with a little ruler emoji. Inside this page, I write my notes just like I would in any document. Week 12, derivatives, key concepts, the power rule, the chain rule, practice problems, page 245, and questions I want to ask during office hours. Simple, clean, searchable. I do the same thing for every subject. English literature, physics, computer science, history, each one is its own page with its own icon. When I need to find my notes on Shakespeare, I just click English literature and everything is right there. No more digging through a folder with 50 unnamed documents. The beauty of doing notes in Notion is that you can add anything inside them, images, links, code blocks, embedded PDFs. It's way more flexible than a traditional Word document, and everything is searchable, which is huge during exam season. Last section, and the one that can make or break your semester. The exam planner. Let me add a divider, a heading, and create another inline table. This one is specifically for exams and finals. I'll start with my first entry, the math midterm. I need a few properties here. First subject. Since I already have my subjects from the assignment tracker, I know the drill. Let me create the select field and add the same 5 subjects. Math 101, English Lit, Physics, Computer Science, History, same setup, same colors, then date for when the exam actually happens, and topics, which is just a text field where I write what the exam covers. For the math midterm, I'll write derivatives and integrals. This is my study checklist, basically. When I sit down to review, I know exactly what topics to focus on. Now, the 2 properties that actually help me study status. Not started means I haven't cracked a book for this exam yet. Reviewing means I'm going through the material. Ready means I feel confident. And done means the exam is over. Let me create each option. Not started, reviewing, ready, done, and difficulty. Easy, medium, hard. I'm honest with myself here. The math midterm is hard. The history midterm is easy because it's mostly memorization. Being honest about difficulty helps me allocate study time. I'll spend 3 evenings on math and 1 on history. Without this rating, I'd probably give them equal time and still bomb the hard one. Let me fill in the rest of my exams. The English final essay, the physics lab practical, the computer science project deadline, and the history midterm. Each one with its subject, date, topics, study status, and difficulty. Now I have my entire exam season mapped out in one table, and the board view grouped by study status shows me exactly where I stand. Most of my exams are still in not started, which means I need to start reviewing soon. The math midterm is in reviewing, which is good because it's the hardest one. When exam season hits, this board becomes my daily dashboard. I check it every morning and decide what to study that day. One more thing before we wrap up. Did you know Notion can automatically take notes from your Zoom classes? It transcribes the whole lecture and gives you a summary. I'm going to make a dedicated video on how to set that up, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. So here's your complete student setup. Class schedule with toggles for every day, assignment tracker with deadlines, priorities, and a Kanban board, notes hub organized by subject, and an exam planner to survive final season. Everything on one page, everything free. If you don't want to build all of this from scratch, I've got the full template ready, link in the description. Duplicate it, replace my fake classes with your real ones, and you're good to go for the entire semester. If you're new here, check out my other Notion tutorials. I'll link them right here. And drop a comment telling me what you're studying. I'm always curious. Thanks for watching, and good luck this semester. You've got this.